to take up right now with Michele Bachmann, the Republican Congresswoman from Minnesota, Tea Party favorite, but had a distance with this whole agreement and ultimately what has been crafted. Congresswoman, as it stands now, would you vote for this?
No, I would not. I voted no last night, and it's because we were given a mandate last fall by the people. We were given a mandate to cut spending. We promised that we would cut it by $100 billion. Then we said $61 billion. As you said, this is $39.5 billion. I can tell you people are disappointed and people are angry across the country that we didn't get a better deal. I'm grateful for the $39.5 billion. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful. But I also want to report to you that a lot of people are upset that we didn't stand for getting more cuts. Also, people wanted us to do more about cutting the deficit, and they wanted us to defund ObamaCare because ObamaCare is being put into place today all over America.
But they wanted all of that in this continuing resolution, Congresswoman?
They wanted us to bring up the fight for Obamacare because right now it's being put into place all across the country. The overwhelming majority of Americans are counting on Congress to fight to defund it because today Obamacare is causing people's health care costs to skyrocket. Their health insurance premiums, unlike what President Obama promised, that we would see a $2,500 reduction in our health care premiums, we're seeing spikes of 20%, 40%. In fact, the Congressional Budget Office says 800,000 jobs will be lost because of Obamacare. And
I know, but I'm wondering whether, with all due respect, Congresswoman, we're mixing our strategies here. That's one thing that has... Well, but here's why. Because you've confused people on both sides of the aisle, even Tea Partiers. Mark Meckler, among them, a big Tea Party head, who said, was critical of you the first time, saying, well, we don't want to shut this government down on the whole cut thing. They've got to avoid that. That you were sending mixed messages when early on you were open to that. So no one knows quite where you're coming from.
Well, let me be clear. What I was doing is seeing the obvious, and the obvious was that we were not going to have a shutdown because a decision was made that we weren't going to have the fight to defund Obamacare now. And if we don't have that fight, we weren't going to have a shutdown. Because people want to know, how will we ever get rid of Obamacare when we have 30 to 50 million Americans used to receiving health care that's paid for by the taxpayers? Are we going to risk
But you see what the appearance could be, and I mean this is the greatest respect, Congresswoman,
sure.
that you kind of want to have your cake and eat it too, which to me is a dumb expression because I've always said if the cake's there, you might as well eat it. But I digress. I'm just wondering why now you're criticizing a package that earlier on you had warned they better try to approve to avoid a shutdown, and now that they have, you're jumping ugly all over it.
Well, no, apparently I wasn't clear about what I was saying because I was one of the first ones who came out to say fight and fight hard. Fight hard to defund Obamacare now when we have a head of steam. Fight now to get all the cuts and spending that we possibly can.
You're saying you think they could have done better, and you're saying that this doesn't set things up well for some of the future fights, like on the debt ceiling and the next fiscal year budget, et cetera, right?
That's right. I don't think that it does. And what I was doing also is stating the obvious, that we are not going to actually have a shutdown because the decision was made early on to choose not to fight over funding Obamacare. So apparently I wasn't clear in what I was saying. I wasn't saying that let's not fight, let's not have the shutdown. What I was doing is stating what I thought was the obvious, that it was never going to happen because a decision was made before that we weren't going to fight.
All right. You're still going to run for president?
I'll let you know in June.
Really? Oh, so you'll tell me first? Because that would be nice.
Well, I'm not. You'll know.
Okay. All right. Just asking. Michele Bachmann, thank you very much. Very good having you on.
Hey, thanks, Neil.